Thanks to all of you for your lively presence here, and a greater thanks to our parents who have chosen not to have an abortion. Otherwise, any one of us would not be here to listen to this speech on abortion. The question of abortion does not entail the arguments of mere freedom of action or choice. Rather, it carries an immense moral grounding and weightage into the folds, according to Dutton's article entitled Abortion Racial Gap. My point of view is that abortion must not be carried out. If anyone does not want to conceive a child or have babies, he or she should take the precautionary measures rather than involving in this immoral practice. The problem of abortion could not surface when modern medical practices have enabled human beings to adopt various practices which can ensure the safety and security of their reproductive systems. But it does not end here. The demographic statistics in Europe and America show that overall populations of majority of these states are not increasing. They are decreasing. Immigration of people from other states and countries is coming to take the lead, which is giving birth to multifaceted problems in these countries, per the BBC report on their website titled Arguments Against Abortion. The ethic, culture, and multicultural ethos of Western world are under great distress in the wake of severe demographic shifts due to decreasing population. People have to think over. Abortion is not a personal choice all the time. It has social, cultural, and economic consequences in the long run. The net sequel of which would be difficult to digest for the common man of the U.S., per Henry Maclow's website in an article regarding abortion slowing democratic change in the U.S. The other issue associated with abortion is the alignment of the association of personal choice and freedom of action, which are enrooted in American intellectual thought since the era of Enlightenment. It is great to think of these things, but one must ask about what about the rise of Nazism? Nazism right under the noses of Western civilization in the heart of Europe. Can we explain Nazism and the people's submission to Nazis as their free choice and freedom to act upon a sinister? There is no plausible explanation to the phenomenon because sometimes people's actions are conditioned with complex mental and social scenarios, which has a definite context. The simple notion of freedom of thought, speech, and action and assembly cannot be applied to various events which have some moral ground and ethical undertones by and large. Therefore, abortion must not be taken merely as a personal matter of choice, action, and isolation from the wider social context. The overall ramifications of abortion have long-term consequences which are still hidden from the public, the wider public. Hence, in short, it can be said that abortion is not only a private issue, it is a public issue too, with serious consequences a society has to bear in the future. Some countries are already facing the effect of diminished native population and rising immigrant immigrants and illegal workers. If Western world has to cope with the problems in the long run, it has to take its own affairs into its own hands. For this purpose, it has to have its own population. Abortion is one of the most significant measures which has to be rejected immediately. Otherwise, a greater social and political mess will be incurred on every Western nation. I hope my speech has given you more of a reason to think about pro-life versus pro-choice on a more demographic standpoint rather than a more descriptive standpoint. Thank you for listening to my speech, and I hope if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks. Bye.